Do you know that the DA, the Brooklyn DA, the mayor, they're all calling for updates on the hour?
Okay, I appreciate that, but I mean...
But what?
Well, we're not magicians.
Can I talk to you for a second?
The detectives are back on the case for the 24th season of Law & Order. I'm talking with Reid Scott, Mehcad Brooks. So, Mehcad, I'll let you do the honors. What 24 seasons of Law & Order, what is it like to be a part of that?
It is a dream come true. Reid and I both grew up on the show. It was always on in my house, I can say that. It sparked a lot of thoughtful discourse in my home. It got me interested as a child in New York City as a character, itself. And it just feels almost surreal sometimes when you're standing around and they're slating the scene, and you look at the slate and it says Law and Order, and you go, oh yeah, oh yeah, wow, this is it. Just a little anecdote that the theme song is my alarm to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every morning. I swear to God, and it's because it reminds me of what is possible through dreaming and manifesting and hard work. And I get up every day with that dun 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 dun, and it motivates me to work even harder and be more devoted to it. So,
and I can one up him on the ringtone thing. I have a tattoo of Jerry Orbach.
Yeah,
on my chest.
Although it looks a lot more like George Clooney, which I think is weird.
It's weird.
I know.
It's just weird.
I know. It's like Orbach Clooney.
You're certainly not alone on it.
I did the tattoo. So
he did it.
My first one.
Knowing the theme song, it's stuck in all of our heads at all times. And Reid, this 24 seasons, but we're still dealing with contemporary issues that are going to be at the forefront in this show. What can you preview about what kind of cases we'll see?
I think in keeping with the wonderful tradition of what you just said, Law & Order just takes it to a whole new level this season. I mean, the issues are still the classic, ripped from the headlines, but they get into some really, topical stuff. We get into, politics, obviously. We get into journalistic integrity. We get into AI. We touch upon the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I mean, really, nothing is off limits when it comes to Law & Order. And that's something that, I know we are very proud of in terms of the show, because to be part of a show that can educate and really start a national conversation is like, that's where you want to be as an actor, to know that your work is actually mattering and really hopefully making a difference.
And can affect change.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it feels like an extension of social justice in a way, right?
And the show's always done a wonderful job of, they don't try to wrap it up. They don't try to offer up an issue and say, here's what the issue is in a nice, pretty little package. They leave it open to interpretation. The good guys don't always win on this show. Sometimes sometimes the bad guy gets away, and you got to wonder, well, what about the system is broken? What can be improved? Where are these cracks? How can we fill them in? And that's why I think it's been such a satisfying show for so many millions of people for such a long time.
And back for a full 22 episode season. Obviously, fans will know that the retirement of Sam Waterson, Jack McCoy, but we're getting some big heavy hitters now on the cast. Tony Goldwyn, who we met from last season, and Maura Tierney is joining the cast this season. What's it like working with them as well?
Tony and Maura are great. I mean, they both have similar introductions into the show. They both come onto the crime scene and sort of take the reins for a moment. And they both, in real life, they both kind of came in a way where it felt like they'd always been here. Mm-hmm. We're very blessed to have them, very lucky to work with them. I've been a fan of both of them for a very long time, and it's an honor and a privilege.
The dynamic in the 2-7 is special, as I'm learning. I still sort of feel like the new guy. I like passing that mantle on to Maura now, but the three of us specifically, we have a blast. We all actually have comedic backgrounds, so in between takes, we're cracking each other up, which is a great way to sort of assuage the tension from some of these rather dark situations that we're covering.
Levity,
and we work really well together. We bring, I think, that timing, and it really it helps infuse our scenes with a lot of energy, and it's just such a blast to play in the sandbox.
And yeah, and Tony and Maura tell me all the time, like, what a huge pleasure it is working with me. So fantastic.
Of course they do. They have to. And I can't wait for people to start watching the new season of Law & Order starting Thursday, October 3rd, right here on NBC at 8 p.m., streaming the next day on Peacock. Thanks a lot, guys.
Take care.
Thank you.